realize whether it is going to attain accordingly as what we have mentioned in 2.1. The program is expected to undertake precautionary measures in handling integrity issues. This is also another issue that we at the university need to realize. How do we handle integrity issues? Do you get the students to sign the pledge? Do you look at whether students are supposedly to have everything to be done with the video on and so forth? So therefore, it is not possible really to cater for integrity issues 100%. Yeah. Yeah.
Can everyone please mute their mic? We're getting echoes. Dr. Chan Hansen, please mute your mic, please. Thank you.
Okay, all right. So shall we move to 2.3 is also another issue. How do you ensure that all students, saying here all students, at least have a minimum access to all the e-learning system? So I think we've heard recently the case of a student who has to climb a tree just to get the internet connection. That is how poor it is. And she has to sit for her final exam. So that is a situation that we have in our country. So how can the university ensure that all of the students are getting that? And if you want to give a final exam, which is supposedly to be a take-home exam or online exam, how many hours do you think is good? Would there be any disruption of internet line connectivity? Will it take like 1 hour to download all the graphic? And how long will it take for them to upload back to your platform so that they can submit their examination answers? So all of these questions in 2.3 is under the purview of the university. We at EDAC will just do the triangulation with the students, whether they are having problem with this or not. And if they are having problem, then we see that universities are not really addressing this issue rightly. Yeah, because otherwise it will definitely affect your TLE, your teaching, learning, and assessment. Okay, in 3.0, you will see that we have only highlighted 5 main issues. The first one is the final year project. We do have questions about how does the final year project be done if it is not going to be able to be done in the laboratory. So we consider that any ongoing final year project at the final semester, if they are focusing on the experimental project, and still be carried out with possibility of extension of time to complete. This is in due recognition between the supervisor and the student. However, if they feel that they need to change that into a simulation, then everything has to be realigned properly for a simulation work to obtain the intended program outcome. Yeah, so we already have highlighted these under final year project. Industrial training, I think for the bachelor engineering program, it wouldn't be much an issue because we have given the jurisdiction of if it is halted and students need to continue after semester 8, then it is possible for them to do so because it's only affecting about 8 weeks of duration. So then it can be done. For those who have done 2 weeks and the remaining 6 weeks is done under WFH, that is work from home, that is also possible. However, when you talk about the diploma program and the technology program, then the university or the program has to give a deeper thought on whether students have actually attained the intended practice-oriented component for technology and for the diploma. Yeah, because the diploma would definitely have to go for 16 weeks and the minimum of 12 weeks. For the degree is a 24 weeks. So therefore it's a long duration. So therefore they really need to identify whether they have actually achieved the intended learning outcome.
Ni kan bila aku buka
Okay. Now, the next one will be on the courses with extensive laboratory work. I think I've discussed this a bit when I mentioned about 2.1. Next, we can go on the integrated design project. This is again another issue that has been discussed quite a lot because it mentioned about the teamwork effort. How can the teamwork effort and the complex engineering activities characteristics to be carried out? We are not giving you any prescriptive on this, any prescription on this, but the university is supposed to come out on means and ways on how to identify teamwork effort and complex engineering activities are continued accordingly. Because this is done to assess teamwork. PO, one of the PO is addressing on teamwork. So therefore, you need to address this accordingly. Okay. Similarly, for IDP, if you can't, for some, probably for mechanical, for electrical, they need to come up with prototype. So probably at this time around, they would only be able to produce their prototype design and equivalent. They could have done some simulation work through some computer software. And then again, if you need to realize, some of the computer software is only available on at the university ground, on the campus. And it can only be available through intranet. So this kind of computer software which is not available where students is at their own home ground must also be looked at on how these are possible to be replaced with some other softwares. Probably some of the intended learning outcome or the program outcome do specify certain kind of softwares. Probably if I say that in our IDP, we say that students need to use STEAM. We don't have STEAM for student license, then student may not be able to use STEAM. So then again, these are the activities that the universities must relook into on how the alternative assessment can be used to address whatever has been mentioned in the intended learning outcome or in the program outcome. Okay, 3.5 is the most important section, which is the final exam. I think most of you have done your final exam, and some may undergo their final exam now. And the recent talk that we had with UiTM was actually focusing on open book examination. I hope some of you have been